Now that I'm finally about to discard this physical can shell that I've been stuck in. There's just a couple more things I have to do related to videos. It's 3:47. This clock's fast. 3:44 in the morning, September 12th, I think. Yeah, 9/12/2023. I have to put out some short videos, short ones, quick ones. I can't use the camera downstairs, so it's too hard to load it up and do everything. So Leo just led me upstairs and said, we're going to use the camera and everything in the original studio. It's not like he's leading me around on a leash, but he is helping me. He's guiding me. People say, anyway, to finish what I started saying, he led me up here and got on the internet, punching the right, keyword that he gave me to search, and I found this Logic Capture software that I can use for my 4K Logitech Brio camera. I have a bunch of stuff around the house on the computers, so I can make a video. But anyway, I talk about Leo helping me and moving me around, and it helps, get up, we got to do this, do that, yada. There's not enough of me in this body to do anything. His spirit isn't in me right now, but his energy is. It's the only thing that allows me to move. But as soon as I take care of this video stuff, very short, which is only going to be maybe 2-3 days at the most, and then I'm dropping. That's why he got me up so early in the morning. I have a little more energy this time of the morning. Anyway, when people say, he's talking to spirits, put him on medication. You ever tell a psychiatrist you're talking to spirit, they say, oh, we got medicine for that, and they put you on shit that just literally starts separating your spirit from the body. It screws with the brain. That's horrible stuff. So you just tell them that you're empathic. You feel things. You don't hear voices, you just hear things. Some people they were born with defective brains, or they, wind up getting hurt and the brains get defective, either physically or another form of physical is the chemicals produced in the brain, which help the autonomic system flow. I spent some time in the medical field working in surgery, but I'm no doctor, but I know this because when I used to crank people up, I'd look in your brain. I looked inside everyone's brain. I'd be talking with you here, and then I'd look right down here where my hands are, and I'd be working on your brain. I'd see it. I could tell you where you had any problems. I could tell people who were smoking, weed, who were doing pharmaceutical drugs, who were doing street drugs. I never said anything unless I know that you needed to hear it, because it's none of my business. Just like personal things in your life and things I've never shared with anyone. I burned some nanites out of one of my out of a body that had part of Lily in her. And when I found it, I got pissed. And this is all on video. And so I cranked her up. But then when I saw that, I just went in and I burnt the shit out of that stuff. And she felt that it was hard. And then I just finished and I was letting loose. And all of a sudden, the stuff on the second shelf in front of her just jumped off. The whole shelf, everything, it just came off. So, nothing broke, it never does. That's happened in other places too, Starbucks and stuff. Metaphysical shops, my energy would fire up and shit start flying. And I just wouldn't say a word, just get out of there. Guy pissed me off in a, Starbucks once, so right in front of Athens College, University of Georgia. So when he did that, I went ahead and just let him have it. Started spilling out his life, everything he didn't want anyone to know about. I just went ahead and told everyone. Pulled it out right out in the open. And said, "You want to screw with me?" Yeah, bad idea. Anyway, I was throwing stuff around in there, and I couldn't control it many years ago. Anyway, I want to tell you a few things that's coming real quick. This needs to be shorter than what I'm making it right now. There's a new kind of ET. There's a new internet coming, ET internet. And you're not going to go on there when you're talking all this bullshit that people are today. And over 40% of the population is going to be decreased in it. Let's just say less than 8 months after I'm gone. After this body drops, and it's about to happen. Finally. So, this ET internet, I mean, it's a new internet, the ET internet, and all these satellites that Elon Musk has been putting up here, the Skynet thing, whatever it is he calls it. I don't know what it is. I don't care about the name. There's a reason for that. People are going to have internet everywhere, but you're not going to just get on it. It'll be free, but it's only going to be for people who should be on it. Everything's going to change. The particulars you'll find out about later, and you're going to find out about it, a lot of it, most all of it. Everything that's important to you, you're going to find out here in this channel. It won't be me. It'll be Deanna's family and stuff. There's others involved in this. Wait till you see what's going on. Within 11 months, I'm going to finish all the major destruction inside of 11 months. And then by then the ETs, they just come straight out in the open. You're going to see them everywhere. I've been talking with them in person since 2014. There's going to be videos posted on this internet plus YouTube. YouTube's going to be taken over. Everything's closing down and shutting. That's where Trump's getting all the money. Going to get all the money from all the people that have ripped you off per country. Trump's going to take that money and start feeding you. Everyone's been paying too much in taxes just for the abuse of scum on this planet taking all the money, like since 2020 when, the U.S. was taken over. The cancer was here. It just finally happened, but it's okay. They're all dead. You'll see. Those that have been overly abusive, I'm going to go inside them for the spirit is. I'll be killing the spirit. I'll just be destroying it. I burn it up, but then I'm going to do the same thing to the body. People are going to call it spontaneous ignition. Well, it's not. I make it happen. It doesn't happen by itself. I'm the cause of it. And then you're going to see the bodies burning. You're going to see a lot in Congress. You're going to see it in governments all over the world. This is about creation, not even just planet Earth. But it's happening here at First at Earth hard. I get excited. It takes a lot out of me. With a little less left. Anyway, and as soon as I'm done most of the work, that's why the ETs are waiting to coming out. Food replicators, people, you're going to have free almost everything. Free or minimal cost for everything. So there's going to be housing for nothing. There's going to be vehicles for nothing. Those people that wind up being asked to join the this new nation being formed of ETs and the new nation of ETs. It's not just for the ETs and hybrids. It's for us too. It's for the whole planet. But it's located inside the oceans. Is the territory, the boundaries, and it's a nice place in the Caribbean. I've mentioned a lot of people know about. Deanna from our spiritual foundation, the store that Deanna had where we sell products to everyone. And those of you that buy from us, we appreciate your sales because it's the only thing that has paid the doctor bills and kept things going. Things are going to change real soon, though. It's going to change for everyone, but it changes for, I say us, but it's the family over here. Anyway, so this is a lot harder than it sounds. Anyway, you're not going to be getting hit with all these bills. The bills are going to go down to nothing, or they will be nothing, and you're going to get money. Those of you that I don't get rid of. There's a lot of people that need to go home because they're hurting. There's a lot of people that don't need to be in a body having a life because they're too negative. They're not going to be hurt. They're just, the body is going to be dropped dead and they're very comfortably going to be taken away. But the abusers, those assholes, I'm frying them. You'll see. People say, wow, Jay really, talks some shit. Well, I've been, quote unquote, talking shit for years. A decade. Actually, I'm going to pull up a picture of this thing and show you this in just a second. Here you go. I'll look at mine while you're looking at yours on the video. If you look at the left, this is a computer printout of a quantitative electroencephalogram, QEEG, that a friend of mine, Martin Pera, had done out in Sweden. He paid for it. I mean, he just brought it up, said, I want to do this. I want to see, I know this is real, I feel it, and I love it, but I want to prove it. So he went down there, they hooked the equipment up to his brain, and they did a test. The test on the left side of the sheet, on the top left it says Martin, and then that's Martin Pera, and then it says me alone. And then on the right side it says me with Jay, in parentheses, Ara. That's who I am inside anyway. That's who I am. This is just the J-Essex body. J-Ara-Essex body. If you look at the pink ones down at the bottom, on the left-hand side, where it was just Martin alone, if you look at the amplitude asymmetry, and it's the pink dot on the far left upper. If you look at that, you can see the flow going, the energy flowing through the different points on the brain. Now go to the same image on the right-hand page, and you see the difference. It's more than tripled. It's like 5 times as much or more, 10 times, whatever it is, energy looking at it. That's literally that's when I went into his brain and they took a picture of it. Now, if you look at the very top where there's the green and the solid colors, on the page on the left with him alone, you look at delta absolute power. And you see a little bit purple there, and you look a little bit of, you see green with a little like blue dot up there. And if you look at the scale, that's in between the 2 different color heads where it slides from blue, green, yellow, red, orange, and red. On the bottom, -3 to +3. You can see it's very low score. Now, if you look at the same one, the Delta Absolute Power on the right-hand page, when I was in his brain, it's maxed out near the top. I mean, look at it. It's past. It's a solid 3, and from -3 to 3, it's a solid 3 instead of a -3. Now, if you take a look at this other picture with all the blue skulls, so the same thing with the page on the left is Martin. You look up and to the left, and it says Delta 1.0 to 4.0 hertz, and it says, excuse me, it shows a scale underneath it where you can see it's most old green, which is about like 10.5. And then you look at the one on the right-hand side. Excuse me. If you look at the one on the right-hand page in the upper corner, you see where most of the brain in this reading is calm. It's the light blue, which if you look on the scale, it's near the bottom end of the scale. And then in the front of the brain, occipital and everything, he was shown some images, so the energy was in the front part of his brain to use his the scanner field, vision field. Here's an image of what that looks like. Okay, now back to the brain, to the QEEG charts. It's calm in a blue area, and then it's stronger in the front. But if you look at the numbers on the scale, on the left-hand page, the bottom is 4.0, and then at the high end, which it doesn't hardly register, is 17.0. Well, on this, if you look to the page to the right, when I was in his brain, the bottom of the scale is a 0.0, but the top end of the scale is 1300. Big difference. That's all the power that was going on. He barely touched one area of his, he barely had one portion of his brain that put out 17, a reading of 17 without me. And then when I went in him, he had a huge part of his pineal field and scanner field. That's 1300. So I said like 5-10 times. That's an understatement. And people, I did this from here, in this corner of this room, and he was in Sweden. It's like the stones that Deanna has. I've cranked them all up. I've lived in here in the house with them, cranking people up, energy freaking out all over the place, and they were kept right below me. Those spheres, the strongest ones, they reach out 90 plus feet. And when I crank up, man, cranking people up and everything, man, I'm putting out. So I don't have to be there. Deanna has well over 2.5 tons of star resonite and other stones that are cranked up to hell all over the place. She has a lot of them with her in Spain, but she has access to more, and there's a whole field of this stuff where we can go get it. People, this is about you and for you. It helps the spiritual foundation. I want to tell you a lot more, but I can't. But those of you that can afford it, get even just a few pieces of star essonite. And these clusters, I'm going to do a video about these clusters in a little bit. Not today. And they're at half the cost of spheres or less. You can modify them. yourself if you want. They're open jars. You just open them up. We couldn't get the jars, so she couldn't sell them, but now we got the jars again. It's got a small sphere. We call it the cluster core generator. It's star essenite. It's a generator. I'll put a link at the end of this video to the star essenite stone. A lot of you that listen to me, you've heard this before, but remember, folks, there's millions of people that are going to come, a lot more millions that are going to come to this channel later. Okay. Let's see into this one. I'm going to make the other one shorter. I'll find a way to do that just so they're quick. Folks, love you. I'll be out of here fast now. Leo warned me, hurry up and get this stuff done. He's pushing me out of my chair bed and everything else. Just, you know, we've got to go. You got to do this, and then poof. Then the big work starts, but I've already done a lot while in body. Folks, love you. Take care, and Lily loves you too. You'll find out. So remember, when I get started, it's purging. It's not destruction. It's purging creation. It's not to hurt everybody. It's to get rid of the crap that's hurting you. It's time you actually had freedom and peace. And it's coming. I'm your big old brother. That's all it is. And Lily's your big old sister. Shouldn't call her old. You know how women like that. But we've been around longer. We come from before there were planets or anything like that. You know, there was nothing physical. Anyway, folks, we love you. Take care. See you soon. Don't freak out. And these products from the Spiritual Foundation make you strong. That's the whole idea. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Different video. Take care.